Nice to see you. We've only got 5 minutes. We've got to go quick.
I know, real quick, but not that quick because I really want to tell you how much I loved See How They Run.
Yeah, thank you.
In the first minute of this film, just caught me off guard because you've got Adrian Brody, Leo Kopernik just narrating, explaining everything that's going to happen in that movie, telling, it's a whodunit. You've seen them all, and you keep on watching, and you're like, actually, I've never seen anything like that in a whodunit before. Can you talk about this creation of new whodunit with a little bit of the adaptation from the Mousetrap and everything that inspired you to create that movie?
Oh, that's great that you had that feeling. That's so exciting. Yeah, I mean that's what attracted me to the project in the first place, was that chance to take the whodunit, and which is such a familiar story type for an audience, and then find a way to put our own unique twist on it. And not just in terms of the plot being, kind of something we hadn't seen before, but tonally, the opportunity to combine the thriller elements with the comic elements, that felt like a exciting, if slightly daunting, challenge at the start. So yeah, it was amazing, and already from the outset when I came on board, Mark Chappell had written this brilliant script, and so I could already see that it was going to be hopefully a great opportunity to make something that would satisfy audiences who are coming looking for a whodunit, a traditional murder mystery, but also deliver for an audience who was looking for something more from their films.
And all the characters are amazingly written. So you've got Adrian Brody as Kopernik, incredible, but you also have Inspector Stoppard and Constable Stalker, who are both at the heart of that movie, the young cop and the more experienced cop that we often found in crime stories. How was it like for you to watch Saoirse Ronan and Sam Rockwell just bring their playful relationship to life?
It was a total dream. Just working with them every day, and in many ways they're quite different performers in the way that they work, but from the first day they came together, it was in the rehearsals, it was clear that they had a great chemistry. They got on really well off screen as well as on screen, and to be honest, just getting to watch them work every day was one of the highlights. And you probably noticed that there are a lot of two shots in the film, a lot of shots where we just show them side by side in a single frame, not a lot of cuts or singles in them. That came from just the joy of watching the two of them kind of side by side forming this partnership before our eyes. So yeah, incredible. And very exciting for me to have, on the one hand, these amazing Hollywood stars, and on the other, some brilliant British comic actors all come together into one ensemble, and I hope all feel like they're kind of in the same world and working together. So yeah, that was a real joy for me.
And you really feel that way when you're watching the movie. If you could talk about the pace of the movie a little bit, because it's so clever, because sometimes you have Kopernik, he said, oh, flashback, slow down the story, and what's next, like 3 weeks later caption, and you have that right in the middle at the moment he says that. And I thought it was so interesting, and it works with the pace of the movie.
Yeah, I mean, I think hopefully we cut a fair amount out as we went through the edit process on the film, because it had to function as both these two things. It needed to be a convincing, exciting thriller, and also the comedy had to function. I think there's, in terms of the comic pacing, what I always like is shifts in that pace. So there are sequences where it's very quick, rhythm-based comedy, and it all comes quite quickly. But then there are these moments which play longer and have slightly more space in them, and slightly more awkward comedy as well, to go alongside that. For me, that's always the most satisfying, where you have these different kind of comic rhythms, and it stops it from. So yeah, I think it's very quick, but hopefully it's got a nice shifts in pace that keep the audience sort of engaged throughout.
It's a satire and a tribute to whodunits, but and crime mysteries. But is it also a tribute for you to theater and movies, especially through the character of Saoirse Ronan, who's always quoting movies and knows everything about Katharine Hepburn? Would you say that this movie is also a tribute to the entertainment industry?
Definitely, yeah. It's absolutely a tribute to, as you say, like it's a film that is a murder mystery, but it's also about murder mysteries, and that's sort of a core part of it. But absolutely, you know, it's set in London's West End Theatreland. We were lucky enough to film in some of the iconic locations in and around central London. And you're quite right, film plays a big part in it as well. It's really about the group of people who are trying to make the film adaptation of the play. So, and as you point out, Saoirse's character is a huge cinephile. You know, she loves cinema. So yeah, I think all that's in there. You know, mystery plays, mystery films, also film noir, alongside the kind of more obvious murder mystery homage and tribute. You know, hopefully, the most important thing is that it's driven by character and story underneath that. That is the extra layer of texture and that's on top. But you had to build, you know, a great story first that's driven by those characters and by those brilliant performances from the cast that we have.
Just wanted to point out that The Mousetrap, I think, is over 27,000 representation. I think the last numbers were in 2019. So I'm hoping that maybe See How They Run will last that long in theaters. Who knows?
That would be something.
Thank you so much. Congratulations on See How They Run. I loved it.
Thanks so much for having me.